algebraically and graphically. Let's do first the algebraic method from here. So we're subtracting vector 1 by vector 2. So this is v1 and this is v2. So algebraically, that's 2 minus 4. Then you have negative 5 minus negative 2. Okay, so that would give you a vector, a new vector. Okay, that's equivalent to negative 2 and negative 3. Now, how do we do this algebraically? And we will still resolve with this. Now, remember when we add vectors, we always form a parallelogram out of it. It's actually the same, but there is a prerequisite method in order for us to illustrate that parallelogram. So, you have the first vector, 2 and negative 5. That's 2. If this is my 0, that's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 2 and negative 5. Okay? But you will not illustrate your graph for 4, negative 2 as it is. You will have to find the reflection of 4 and negative 2, meaning you will find the opposite, give the opposite of 4 and the opposite sign of negative 2. Therefore, we will graph instead negative 4 and positive 2. So from 4 to negative 2 to negative 4 and 2. So what you change signs is the second vector. So if I have vector 2 minus vector 1, this is the one that you will be reflecting. So we will reflect 4, negative 2 by graphing negative 4 and 2 instead. So negative 4 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then positive 2, 1, 2. Okay, so remember our difference is negative 2 and negative 3. So let's try to graph negative 2 and negative 3. So that's negative 2 and negative 3. And notice that, okay, so these are your first two vectors. These are the vectors that you are operating. This is the reflection of your 4, negative 2. And you will create a parallelogram out of this. And of course, the new vector, which is the difference between these two vectors, negative 4, positive 4 and negative 2, which is the reflection here. And the resultant is negative 2 and negative 3. So, it's similar to addition. The only difference here is that you need to reflect your second vector for negative 2. So to do that, you just change the sign of your x and change the sign of your y and then graph it. And then of course, you create the resultant by drawing a parallelogram out of the given two vectors, and the new vector will be the point where your diagonal will be drawn from 0 to the new vector.